I think the most like mind-boggling one that I was thrown off by was probably Cheryl, probably yours, Cheryl, because you duped us in the beginning, and then Morocco.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what?
I know, that was the plan. I was like, ski resorts.
I know. That was good. That was good.
Hey! Welcome to the party.
We only have one rule here.
Please leave by 9.
Don't they have like sandboarding?
I want to go sandboarding.
Yeah.
They got a desert.
They have dune. The Sahara Desert is like 9 hours away from Morocco, and the Agafay Desert is not a sandy desert. It's a rocky desert. So the next time we go to Africa, and I plan lots of trips in Africa. I think I'm going to South Africa next winter.
There you go.
So
there you go. I want to see the animals.
Yeah. No, I think they do. I don't know. I don't want to guarantee anything.
Can't guarantee anything.
You can go back to places.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing about all of the destinations is like I want to go to every single one. Like it's not like, oh well.
Can we just like not work all next year and we'll just travel?
I think that would be the best.
Every season.
Or we can work and still take. We all made it like a week.
Yeah, it's true. We did. We all made it a week. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, that's only like a month out of the year.
Yeah,
I think we can do it. Even with their bosses.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll be like, wait, you're going to Japan? Wait a minute. You just went to Japan. Now you're going to Maine? Now you're going to Guatemala? What is happening?
Who are you?
But we could just make this a traveling podcast.
That would be ideal. Yeah.
Who's gonna sponsor us? Maybe they'll pay for our airfare.
Yeah, hopefully. Can we just get like Delta to do it?
Why did I also think Delta? Delta's not.
I know Delta's not even my number one choice, but I mean, yes, you are Delta. You are my number one.
Delta, you are my number one choice. Actually, JetBlue, if you would start flying.
That's true. JetBlue, get into it. Get in the game.
Yeah, come on.
Start now.
What are we
Come
doing?
back to Long Beach Airport. Let's go. Yeah, all those destinations are amazing. I don't know if I can pick. The year's not over yet, and I feel like the one that I'm like, all right, guys, get in the van, let's go. Is Maine. I really like Maine.
Country.
I feel like we could do Maine this summer.
I think we could squeeze Maine in. I'm just saying.
23rd.
I know your dates are perfect. Those are ideal dates.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is when my parents go to Maine.
Oh yeah.
They can give us all of the lowdown of Maine, but they have like a whole if we had 2 weeks, it would be really fun to do like a road trip on the East Coast or take the trains, and you can go to
just one train.
So that's always something that I feel like I've wanted to do. You could do that on the West Coast too, so it's like,
But training on the East Coast, you hit like 5 different cities instead of 2, or like 5 different states instead of 2 different states.
It'd be more like 8 different states.
Yeah. That's really cool. I think it's so funny that they're like, we're going to Maine. You have any recommendations?
Yeah.
Thanks,
yeah, I had no idea. They also said, well, because my mom is going to Switzerland, which is another trip, but that's just like out of the budget until I'm 65. So I don't know. That's like, I think that's one of the most.
I want to travel with Sue.
Yeah, they're going to somewhere else too. They're going 3 places. This for the rest of the year because they're retired. This is what it must be like. You know what? We're gonna have to do this when we're retired too, and see where we're at.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, seriously. I feel like also what was it? The Guatemala. Sarah, that one. I don't think we can keep that a secret. People are gonna jump on that one, and I don't know if I want them to. Like, if Tona hears about this, if Moon hears about this, she's gonna be like, "Let's go to Guatemala." I'm like, it's supposed to be 4 of us, and then like my whole family's there, and they're like, us too.
We're gonna do houseboat in Guatemala.
Yeah, because you sold that Guatemala to. I was like, you caught every single type of person on that one.
I know you really did. You like captured everyone, and I was like,
every single person. There's a reason to go to Guatemala.
I know, it's just so choose your own adventure. We need that.
And it's so out of the ordinary. I think when people think of South America, they're like Costa Rica and Belize.
Yeah, I was thinking Belize or Peru were my 2
Yeah. And I would love to visit those places.
They're also great options, but
great options.
also now I'm sold on them.
But they're also not a lake in Guatemala, so.
Yeah, that's.
And Japan, I feel like that's somewhere I've also always wanted to go to.
It's a bucket list.
There's so much to offer.
An investment.
Those cherry blossoms. It's a dream. Some of Tom's friends just went, but they all have like remote jobs, so they just stay for like a month, which makes like the plane flight so much less annoying. Yeah. And they just like work from
from Japan, you know?
From Japan. That's the dream. Yeah, because they have so much the whole country is just so interesting if you read more about. It's just like,
and I was like reading something about how like the children, Anna and I watched that show where like the children do chores errands. Yeah. But like they actually do that. Like children will like just get themselves to school in like public transit. And the thing was that like as a society, they decided that they want to protect children. And that's something that does not resonate in this country.
Nope.
I just think it's so sweet.
Oh my gosh. It's very safe.
It is really cute.
It is. Their transportation systems are like well-oiled machines. Like they've spent lots of time and work on buses, trains, like any system to get somewhere. And that's why a lot of them were saying you can buy a pass and the pass will help get you where you need to go. And so I was like, oh, that's fun.
I have to say, Tatiana, you came in with that like Japan trip at a really good time, because I don't think I ever really wanted to go to Japan. And Bullet Train might just be like one of my favorite movies.
Out of the beautiful scenery, the food, the Bullet Train.
No, and you came in right after that movie came out and like changed my life. So
yeah, I'm glad because honestly, the trains are a big part of how you get around the country, because it isn't that big, but still going from place to place, the longest will take like 5-6 hours. You know, like, well, you said like a California almost.
Yeah. You mentioned like Kyoto, and in that movie, that's like where they're ending.
Yeah, it's a 4-hour.
Like when we get to Kyoto Station, and I was like, I could go to Kyoto.
Yeah, sign me up for Kyoto Station. Yeah, exactly. It's and yeah, because it's like about 4 hours from Hakone to Kyoto, and so I only imagine from Tokyo, it's probably 5 or something like that, or 6.
That's not bad.
But yeah, every place in there is scenic. I could have done like 3 other cities, like Osaka was another very popular one. They have a whole island, like the actual, I mean, they are an island, but then they have little islands that are like, that they vacation on, like at the bottom. And then the north is where the snow is. So it's like, they have something for every season, but the cherry blossom season was it's just in my face. I just had to. It's been on my mind. I think it's because in my front yard there's so many cherry trees and they blossom beautifully, and I'm like, I need to go to your home.
Was that your like first choice when you picked out spring? Were you like, oh, I'm gonna do Japan? Like,
I was given. I think spring was the last one chosen, and then I just knew immediately I had to do Japan. Okay. Like I was like, this is. When I think of spring, I think of Japan already because of the cherry blossom season.
Yeah. Anna, was Maine your first choice? Was that going to be your choice regardless?
I was between Maine and Canada. I mean, there are so many places in Canada. Like that's also great. Like a trip. I just wanted to think of something that like none of us had been to. Right? No one's been to Maine. Or am I wrong?
No, I've not. Only my dreams.
Yeah, and
Vermont and New Hampshire right there, but not Maine.
Yeah, and there's so many places on the East Coast, but like there's so much that Maine has to offer. So yeah, that's why I chose it, and it is affordable, so more affordable in some ways.
Yeah, I think that was the most affordable option.
I think so. Yeah.
So
Guatemala might. I feel like 1,200.
Oh, is that what you said?
I didn't. I thought we weren't doing numbers, so I didn't.
No, you're
oh, that's
fine,
right.
You're fine.
No, you didn't. Yeah. Okay, well, if Guatemala is the most affordable option, then that's my pick.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
But like,
I'm sold. Wait a minute. If Guatemala is cheap and we get that many options, I'm going there.
Like,
with or without you guys.
Get there like resort, or we could do hostels, or like whatever. But
I mean, because we could do like a mixture of both. Like we could decide when we wanted to spend money on like where we wanted to stay, and when we wanted to just do the hostel and
I think we should do all of these. And
I did look up flights because they don't go until next November, so I was
right.
Flights this
my
November.
numbers were skewed because of the time frame.
Yeah, I just
we're
did
currently in it, so I was like, oh,
numbers.
I didn't have real numbers, so I based them off of maybe numbers. So mine were kind of inflated because I was bracing for the worst. But I think we don't have to make a decision now. It'll come to us, and then we'll go on the trip, and then we'll have to tell everyone that we did, because we are going. Everyone signed a blood oath contract. I know you all did at some point that says you have to go on this trip, whatever trip we decide. And we all said it doesn't mean one trip only. This could be all of the trips can happen before we retire, ideally. Before we retire. It's just a matter of which one goes first. So I think that will be fun. And it's like, what would you go on at home listening? What would you what's your pick? You probably have a choice. I'd like to hear it. We need options. We need help deciding. But I think you all have if you want to change careers into travel planning, you can do it. Please, by all means. Sarah's white slide technique, that one really got me too.
That one sold the whole thing immediately.
And then just shove it at them. They won't know what to do
themselves.
And then Anna, you're showing the cars that you could drive. I was like, I'm already there. I know.
Oh, that was beautiful.
I know. Details person for the. I like to I feel like that was also helping my parents, but I am this person. And it's just important, I feel like, when you're planning, is to get as much as you can in, but be realistic in finding the balance. So I think we all did that. Excellent. Great job.
Oh yeah, beautiful. Morocco was my biggest surprise, and now like you said, I've never thought about, like, you didn't think about Japan. I never really thought about. I've heard about Morocco, and I was like, that'd be cool. But now the riads that you stay in with the pools in the courtyard, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go be a princess over there. Bye.
Yeah.
Like, easy, done. You sold me. You sold me in the first 2 slides, but like, I need to listen to the rest too. You know.
Tickets,
you have to.
If plane tickets weren't so expensive, like, I would be like, when are we going?
You
could do these trips, like.
Yeah.
I know. When I was like planning it, I was like, okay, as long as it's under like $1,500 for a plane ticket, that was like my expectation for like all the planes.
Oh,
like,
well, then Japan sneaked in.
Yeah, Japan was just like right in there.
So sick.
I was like, okay, that's like right at where I was anticipating if we were going to be like leaving the country.
Yeah, exactly. Especially because we're located like right on the coast, so it's like you gotta almost circumnavigate in order to get certain places, so it makes sense. But you all did such a great job. I am so happy. I'm so proud. We need to do more projects. We need to do more projects so that you can.
Yeah, I liked that. I miss researching things for like a purpose and not just so that I spend my own money on things.
I realized that mine was more design, so I like designing the. And then my whole script was gone. Like, I did not have a script, but I was like, look at this picture of a kebab. Look at my partnership. I was hoping I sold you on the pictures.
I'm glad I noticed like we all had like different presentations for like a lot of things, like different types of details, different types of like, I mean, you guys all did like itineraries and maps and whatever. Like, we all did like different things, but we all had a food section.
Anna's was the core part. It said memories.
Lobster, but you get a lot of seafood there.
Yeah, Anna's was like, we're getting a lot of seafood, but that was like
the best of our lives. It was written in the slide. That's what I saw. Yeah, that's super true. And if you want to see these presentations and you're currently listening on your phone, like on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, thank you, by the way, but you can also see our lovely presentations and our lovely faces on YouTube. That's where you'll see the, Sarah's white slides, Anna's lobster roll picture, the riads from Morocco. It's beautiful.
And the kebabs.
And the Japanese kebab.
And the rooster boats.
Yeah, rooster boats next next to the pirate ship.
I didn't even. I looked at it. I was like, "Whoa, that is a rooster. That is a rooster." I was calling them swan boats, like a total idiot. A total idiot. They're really rooster boats. But yeah, so thank you for joining with us on this travel planning. We hoped we helped you in some way. If not, maybe told you what not to do or what to look into for next time. But yeah, so this has been Please Leave by 9, and it is definitely past 9 o'clock. So
Yeah.
you all need to go home so we can start planning.
I'm gonna dream about vacation.
I know. It'll come to me in a dream, just like Maine. Just like how I went to Maine. All right.
We all went somewhere today.
You're right. Without leaving the room. Good job. Nice, Cheryl. All right. We will catch you later. Bye.
Bye.
A Gaviota Media House production.